Are you looking for updated information for this week's IPOs? If so, you found it. Today we're going to talk about companies that were added to this week's calendar, as well as give some updates on the companies we covered on Monday, including highly anticipated Jamf's first day of trading. Welcome to IPO This Week's Midweek Edition. Welcome back to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, where we've been covering all of the big IPOs. My name is Kevin, and not long after I put Monday's video together, there were a bunch of updates. I try to keep them updated in the comment section until the next video comes out, so definitely feel free to check back. And if you know something's updated but don't see it in the comments yet, feel free to add it. After all, that's what our community is all about. Alright, so let's jump right into it. For today's update, we're going Biotech-a-palooza. 4 new companies jumped on the calendar for this week, and they're all biotechs. Up front, please know I'm not a financial advisor making any recommendations. What I'm hoping to do is save you time by pulling information in from a variety of resources and sharing it in a super convenient way. So while I hope you find it to be a quick and easy way to stay on top of what's going on with IPOs, please do your own additional research and consult with your own financial advisor before making any decisions. So looking at your screen, you'll see we have 4 new companies, and as I said, all biotechs. And something else they all have in common is an anticipated IPO date of July 23rd. Keep in mind that the actual public trading usually takes place on the following day. Let's start with Annexon Biosciences, ticker ANNX, a phase 1 degenerative disease biotech. The company's clinical candidates are targeting autoimmune and neurodegenerative disorders and have completed phase 1b trials for Guillain-Barré syndrome and glaucoma. Annexon intends to advance both the glaucoma and Guillain-Barré candidates into phase 2 trials in 2021. The company plans to raise $150 million by offering 10 million shares with an expected pricing range of $14 to $16, resulting in a $491 million market cap. Next up is a rare disease biotech named Inozyme Pharma, ticker INZY, that is developing therapies for diseases of abnormal mineralization. The company's lead candidates are designed to correct defects in the mineralization pathway caused by 2 different gene deficiencies, which can result in vascular calcification, which can lead to conditions such as narrowing of the arteries. The company plans to raise $150 million by offering 5 million shares with an expected pricing range of $14 to $16, resulting in a $332 million market cap. Whew. Lots of tongue-twisting medical terminology with these biotechs. Let's take a second for me to take a sip of water and for you to hit that. Moving on, we have an oncology biotech named iTeos Therapeutics, ticker iTeos, an early phase immuno-oncology biotech developing therapies for various cancers. The company's lead candidate is in a phase 1 to 2 clinical trial in adult patients with advanced solid tumors, with initial data expected in the first half of next year. The company plans to raise $150 million by offering 8.9 million shares with an expected pricing range of $16 to $18, resulting in a $579 million market cap. And then we have Nurix Therapeutics, ticker NRIX, a preclinical oncology biotech planning to raise $150 million by offering 8.8 million shares with an expected pricing range of $16 to $18, resulting in a $635 million market cap. The company's lead protein degradation candidate is targeting relapsed or refractory B-cell malignancies, and its lead E3 ligase inhibitor candidate is targeting immuno-oncology indications. Okay, that's the new IPOs that jumped on the calendar on Monday. Again, they all look to be priced on Thursday and begin trading on Friday. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on them and updating as needed. And speaking of updates, let's talk about some new information for the companies we covered at the beginning of the week. If you missed that video, you might be new here, so you definitely should subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the IPO information you want to have. Let's start with the big one of the week, Jamf. Or maybe I should hold this one to the end. Nah, I'll give it to you. You just got to promise to watch all the way to the end. Good? Good. Well, Jamf started off strong with pricing of the IPO set at $26 per share, well above the estimated $17 to $19 going into the week. And then it came right out of the blocks at $46, which wasn't surprising since there was so much interest in the company. It had already increased the range once earlier in the week, and with interest in the stock, I again can't say I was surprised. Also, the upsides they're offering by an additional 2 million shares bring it to a total of 18 million shares. Of those 18 million shares, 13.5 million were offered by Jamf, and 4.5 million shares were offered by certain Jamf's existing selling shareholders. The underwriters have the option to purchase up to an additional 2.7 million shares of common stock from the selling shareholders at the initial public offering price. Jamf will not receive any proceeds from any of the sales of shares by the selling shareholders. Ultimately, the company raised $319 million after underwriting expenses. At the end of the day, the stock closed at $39.20, well above its IPO price. If the shares ended up being too rich for you, we'll monitor it here as it works through the quiet and lockup periods for future opportunities, so definitely hit that notification bell to stay up to date. And if you're new to IPOs and wondering what those periods I just mentioned are, check out my video on the IPO process. I'll link it in the description. Another company we talked about earlier this week, and really last week, is ACell. On Monday, the company decided to postpone its IPO after not going public last week as initially planned. Right now, I don't have an updated date or confirmed reason for the postponement, but the company did report being negatively affected during the pandemic, so that may be what's behind it. So there you go. These are the updates following Monday's video. I'll be back next week with another video covering next week's IPOs. If you enjoy videos like these and want me to keep making them, please hit that like button. It's so important to the channel. I want to thank all of my subscribers for checking back this week, and if you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love to have you join the community. You just got to hit that red subscribe button, then you're in. And if you see something that needs updated from the video before my next release, please add that in the comments as well to update our community. I want you as my subscribers to easily get the information you want and need. After all, I hope that we can all learn from each other on how to take little easy steps in making big improvements on our lives. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, have a great day.